Some selfies are deadly, taken in a split second that changes lives forever. In this video, we dive into 5 jaw-dropping cases where thrill seekers, daring adventurers, and social media influencers ignored the risks. What started as a quest for the perfect shot ended in tragedy, leaving behind heartache, cautionary tales, and moments that are impossible to forget.
An elderly man was killed in an attack by an elephant outside the buffer zone of the Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve in the Indian state of Madhya Pradesh.
It happened deep in the forests of Quanermunda, Odisha, in 2017, a place that seemed calm, almost untouched, but where an invisible tension hung in the air, felt by every villager. Only one man chose to ignore it. Ashok Bharti, a 54-year-old construction worker from Cuttack, had no idea he was walking straight into the final moments of his life. That morning, forest officials and villagers had gathered to monitor a lone, wild elephant that had wandered from its herd. The massive animal was restless, confused, and visibly distressed. Everyone understood the danger. Everyone stayed back. Everyone listened to the warnings except Ashok. Some said he had been drinking. Others said he simply underestimated the risk. Whatever the reason, he stepped away from the safety of the crowd, phone in hand, convinced he could get close enough to snap a selfie with a wild elephant already on edge. Witnesses watched in horror as he drifted forward, smiling, holding up his phone, completely unaware of the invisible line he was crossing between curiosity and catastrophe. Officials shouted, villagers begged, but Ashok kept moving, a man sleepwalking toward disaster. And then the elephant saw him. The giant, already trembling with fear and isolation, locked eyes on the human walking straight into its space. Its body stiffened, ears flared, and the air seemed to crackle with tension. People from a safe distance could feel the change in the atmosphere the instant the elephant snapped. It charged. Ashok spun to run, but fear had made his body clumsy. He tripped, fell, and in the blink of an eye, the forest erupted with screams as the elephant closed in. The impact was brutal, unstoppable. One wrong step, one careless decision, and life as he knew it ended. Rescuers tried to intervene, but there was no stopping it. He was rushed to the hospital, but the injuries were beyond saving. Ashok died before help could reach him. News spread like wildfire. Another elephant attack, another preventable death. Villagers were heartbroken. Officials were furious. They had been fighting a series of dangerous encounters, agitated animals destroying crops, wandering into villages, threatening lives, and yet one man had thrown himself into danger for a photograph. Forest officers later revealed they had been trying to push the crowd back when Ashok slipped past them. They smelled alcohol. They knew he was too close. They knew the elephant was unstable, but by the time anyone realized what he was doing, it was already too late. Shaky cell phone videos taken by terrified onlookers captured every moment. They spread across social media, leaving viewers stunned. The footage didn't just show a man being attacked. It showed how quickly life can unravel when fascination overrides fear, when ego silences instinct. Ashok's death became a chilling reminder of a dangerous obsession sweeping the world, risking life for the perfect selfie. This wasn't a cliff edge or a skyscraper rooftop. This was a wild, unpredictable animal, panicked and cornered, with no interest in entertaining anyone's desires for attention or fame. In the end, it feels almost unreal, a man standing before a 5-ton creature, focused on his phone instead of the danger. A split second that transformed curiosity into tragedy. A stark reminder that nature doesn't negotiate. It doesn't bend for selfies, and it certainly doesn't forgive.
There.
Elizabetha Liza Gushchina lived for the rush, the kind of adrenaline that made her heart pound and her spirit soar. On her 45th birthday in 2025, she didn't want a quiet dinner or a simple celebration. For Liza, milestones weren't meant to be gentle. They were meant to be conquered. That day, she climbed the towering 290-foot abandoned boiler chimney in Pavlovsk, near St. Petersburg, with her 23-year-old son Nikita by her side. The structure loomed like a metal giant against the sky, weathered and imposing. But to Liza, it was an invitation. She was an experienced rope jumper, a proud member of the Team 23 block, and for her, danger was not a threat, it was a thrill. Harnessed and secured, she stepped into the air for her first jump, the rope stretching and rebounding beneath her like a living thing. "Let's go!" she shouted, laughing as the wind rushed past. For those few seconds suspended above the ground, there was nothing but exhilaration. The jump was perfect, flawless. It was a moment that captured everything she loved about life: freedom, excitement, and the raw joy of pushing limits. But Liza wasn't done. She wanted a memory, a photograph that would capture her triumph and her presence atop that towering structure. So she climbed again, this time without ropes or safety gear. The metal platform creaked under her weight, exposed and unforgiving. Nikita watched, proud yet tense, as his mother moved into position for the selfie. In an instant, the thrill turned to horror. Her foot slipped. The world seemed to freeze. Liza fell the full 88 meters, nearly 300 feet, to the ground below. The sound of metal, wind, and impact cut through the afternoon. Emergency responders arrived quickly, but it was too late. Paramedics could not save her. What had begun as a day of celebration ended in unthinkable tragedy. For Nikita, for her family, and for the entire community that had admired her courage and spirit. Her Team 23 block mourned publicly, their grief raw and unfiltered. In tragic circumstances, experienced jumper and mother of 2 children, Liza has passed away. Now the whole team is mourning this loss. "This is a very big tragedy for us," they wrote. Authorities launched an investigation, scrutinizing the abandoned chimney and the safety of such activities, questioning whether proper precautions had been followed. But behind the headlines, beyond the facts and the tragedy, is the story of a woman who truly lived on her own terms. Liza chased life at its extremes, embracing every heartbeat, every risk, every thrill. Her final day reflected exactly who she was: fearless, passionate, and unwilling to let fear dictate her choices. She died pursuing a selfie, a single image meant to capture joy. But her story is a haunting reminder of how fragile life can be when adventure flirts with danger, and how one moment can change everything. In 2024, Dulandra was a 29-year-old teacher and a devoted mother, a young woman whose love for life radiated through everything she did. On a bright June afternoon, she joined hundreds of spectators in the town of Nepalad de Villa Grande, Mexico, drawn by the rare spectacle of a restored vintage steam locomotive making its historic journey across North America. For Dulcie, it wasn't just a train. It was a chance to create a memory, to share a special moment with her young son, and to capture it forever. But what began as wonder would end in heartbreak, leaving her family, community, and everyone who witnessed the events stunned and grief-stricken. The train that had drawn such a crowd was the Canadian Pacific 2816, known as the Empress. Built in Montreal in 1930, this H1B464 Hudson-type steam locomotive had been retired for decades before embarking on its final Spike Steam Tour, traveling through Canada, the United States, and Mexico. As it passed through Nepal de Villa Grande, just 60 miles northwest of Mexico City, spectators gathered eagerly along the tracks, eyes wide with excitement at the rumble of history in motion. Dulcie brought her son along, sharing the thrill and ensuring he could witness the train safely. In footage recorded that day, Dulcie can be seen kneeling on a small hill near the tracks, phone in hand, preparing to take a selfie with the massive locomotive as it thundered past. She instructed her son to stay low, away from danger, protecting him from the approaching force of the train. But in her search for the perfect angle, she misjudged the train's sheer size and speed. From her vantage point, it seemed distant, majestic, but it was far closer than she realized. The Empress roared past, its pistons striking with terrifying power, and in an instant, Dulcie's life was gone. The impact was sudden, fatal, and undeniable. Emergency responders arrived within minutes, but it was already too late. Her son, though physically unharmed, witnessed the unimaginable loss of his mother in a moment that would forever haunt him. News of the tragedy spread quickly, rippling through Mexico and beyond. Authorities reminded the public of the dangers of approaching active tracks, urging everyone to keep a safe distance. The operator of the Empress expressed deep sorrow, offering condolences to Dulce's family and warning spectators against risking their lives for photographs near trains or railway infrastructure. Her funeral took place in her hometown of Wishapan, just 25 miles from the site of the tragedy. Friends, colleagues, and neighbors shared their grief online, honoring a woman whose life was abruptly cut short. Life is fragile, and at times it's taken away from us in an instant. I will miss you forever, my friend, one mourner wrote. Others echoed the sentiment, remembering her as a caring mother, a devoted teacher, and a woman full of warmth and energy. At the same time, many saw the tragedy as a stark warning about the dangers of risky selfies near hazardous locations. Dulce's death became a sobering reminder that a single moment of inattention, a brief miscalculation, can transform joy into irreversible loss. Her story is a haunting testament to how quickly life can change, how fragile happiness can be, and how the pursuit of a perfect memory can come at the gravest cost. In October 2018, Sandra Manuela D. Costa Macedo, a 44-year-old mother of two, had just arrived in Panama City to begin a new chapter as a teacher. Originally from Aves in northern Portugal, she was vibrant, caring, and full of life. A woman whose energy and warmth touched everyone she met. Moving abroad was both an adventure and a chance for personal and professional growth. And in those first days, she explored the bustling El Congrejo neighborhood with curiosity and excitement, marveling at the sights, sounds, and rhythm of a city entirely new to her. Sandra had always believed in embracing life fully, whether through her work in education or the moments she shared with her family. On the morning of Friday, October 12, 2018, Sandra climbed onto the balcony railing of the 27th floor of the Luxor Tower. Her goal seemed simple: to capture a striking photograph of herself against the sprawling cityscape, a lasting memory of her new life in Panama. Holding her selfie stick tightly, she leaned forward, focused entirely on her phone, unaware of how precarious her position had become. Below her, construction workers and nearby residents shouted warnings, their voices tense and urgent, but the gusts of wind sweeping across the high-rise drowned out their cries. Each second on that ledge brought mounting danger, but Sandra, absorbed in the moment and intent on the perfect photo, remained oblivious to the peril surrounding her. Shortly after 10:00 a.m., tragedy struck. A sudden, strong gust of wind slammed against the building, unbalancing her in an instant. Sandra fell backward from the railing, plummeting 27 floors to the ground below. Witnesses froze in horror, some unable to watch, as she tumbled still, clutching the selfie stick. The scene was surreal and devastating. Life ended in a matter of seconds. Emergency responders arrived within minutes, but it was too late. Sandra was pronounced dead on arrival, the fall leaving no possibility of survival. News of her death spread quickly, rippling through Panama and across the ocean to Portugal. Her family, already grieving the loss of her brother just 2 years prior, were plunged into unimaginable sorrow. Friends and colleagues took to social media, sharing stories of her generosity, warmth, and the joy she brought to those around her. One close friend described Sandra as someone whose support and kindness had always been unwavering, urging others to keep her in their prayers. Another recalled her dedication to her students, recounting how she went above and beyond to ensure every child felt seen, heard, and encouraged. The circumstances of Sandra's death ignited a public conversation about the risks of taking selfies in unsafe locations. Panama's fire service issued a warning to the public: don't risk your life for a selfie. It's more important to lose a minute in life than your life in a minute. Studies conducted between 2011 and 2017 revealed that at least 259 people worldwide had died attempting selfies, with falls from heights among the leading causes. Sandra's passing, at just 44 years old, made this danger painfully real and personal for the communities she touched. Her story is not only a stark warning, but also a deeply human tragedy. 2 children were left without their mother. A family was left shattered, and a community mourned a woman whose presence had brightened classrooms, homes, and hearts alike. Sandra's life, filled with passion, compassion, and dedication, ended in a fleeting moment. A single misjudged action that changed everything. Her death stands as a haunting reminder that even a brief lapse in judgment, a fleeting distraction, or a momentary pursuit of the perfect image can have irreversible consequences. It is a story of joy turned to sorrow, of life's fragility, and the urgent need to respect the fine line between thrill and danger. Sophia Chung had always lived on the edge, both literally and figuratively. At 32, the Hong Kong-based adventurer had built a devoted following on Instagram, capturing breathtaking photographs from cliff edges, mountain ridges, and other perilous locations. Her bio read, "Life should be fun, not dumb," a motto that perfectly reflected her daring spirit and love for the outdoors. On a July afternoon in 2021, Sophia set out with 3 close friends for a hiking trip to Hapakai, a scenic nature area near Yuan Long, known for its rugged waterfalls and dramatic sunsets. For her, the trip was not just an escape into nature, but another chance to create visually stunning content that would inspire and captivate her followers. The group eventually reached the Tingdai Stream in Twin Moon, a picturesque spot where water cascaded into deep, rocky pools. The scene was beautiful, serene, and perfect, yet it hid danger beneath its shimmering surface. True to form, Sophia moved toward the edge of the falls, searching for the ideal angle for a photograph. Around 5 p.m., a moment of misjudgment proved fatal. While balancing near the drop, she slipped. In an instant, the adventurer plunged approximately 16 feet into the deep pool below. Her friends screamed, shocked, and immediately called emergency services. Rescue teams arrived quickly, but despite their swift response, Sophia was pronounced dead on arrival at Pamela Udiol Eastern Hospital in Taiwan. Sophia's social media had long reflected her fearless approach to life. She often shared images of herself dangling her feet off cliffs, standing on narrow ridges, or exploring waterfalls, captivating thousands with her blend of beauty, bravery, and joy. Her feed was a testament to a life lived on the edge, where every image told a story of freedom and exhilaration. Just days before the accident, she had posted a photo kneeling on a shore with a yellow boogie board, captioned, "Better days are coming. They are called Saturday and Sunday." A simple, cheerful message that now carries an ironic and heart-wrenching weight. Authorities confirmed that Sophia had been with friends at the time, but the location she chose was inherently dangerous. Hapakai, near the popular hiking area of Pineapple Mountain, is beloved for its scenic views and natural pools. Yet, steep drops and slippery rocks make it unforgiving to even the most experienced hikers. Emergency responders emphasized that accidents can happen to anyone, especially when attempting to position oneself for photographs on unstable terrain. News of her death spread quickly across social media, and tributes poured in. Friends and followers expressed shock and grief, remembering Sophia for her infectious energy, her adventurous spirit, and the joy she brought to outdoor exploration. While her death was a tragic loss, her community celebrated a life fully embraced, a life driven by curiosity, passion, and a relentless pursuit of beauty in the natural world. Her passing is also part of a broader, sobering phenomenon, death by selfie. Studies have shown that countless individuals around the world have lost their lives attempting risky photographs, often involving falls, drownings, or encounters with natural hazards. Sophia's story highlights just how dangerous the pursuit of the perfect shot can be, particularly near cliffs, waterfalls, or other unstable terrain. Sophia Chung's life and death stand as a haunting reminder that even the most experienced adventurers can be vulnerable in a fleeting moment of misjudgment. But her legacy endures in the vivid images she captured and the memories she left behind. A life lived on the edge, fearless, passionate, and awe-inspiring, reminding us all of the beauty and fragility of the world around us.